Hello, my subscribers. I hope you guys are doing good. Happy 2020. It's a new year, a new beginning. And welcome back to my YouTube channel. And watching your girl to spill all the teas, says how she feels, her thoughts, because that's how you get through things, by expressing your feelings. And today I'll be talking about anxiety and depression, because these two topics, we don't really talk about it in the South Sudanese community, and they need to be talked about by youth or an older person. A lot of youth deals with anxiety and depression, a lot of them. There's a lot that we don't hear about because they are afraid to speak up. They don't know how to speak up about it. They don't want to be judged in some ways because, a lot of people in the South Sudanese community won't believe that you have depression, would not believe that you dealing with anxiety. They would think that it's a Western world thing, when it's not. Because back home, a lot of youth deals with it, even the women deals with it. And that also, you see like people hanging themselves and all that stuff. Like, it's sad and heartbreaking to see a loved one dealt with something that they could have got through it, they could have been helped, but they didn't know how to do anything, so they just harmed themselves. And that's why I'm talking about these two topics, because it happens like almost every day. I'm sorry, it just happens a lot. And a lot of people won't believe people that talk about it because they can be like, oh, it's just a Western thing, when it's not. That's just BS. It's not. If you're dealing with any of these two, I suggest you to talk to a friend, talk to somebody that makes you feel comfortable, that understands you, somebody that's been through the same place as you, because there's a lot of us that have been through in the same place as that, about those two, and got through it, and hallelujah. So just know that you could get through it, you will overcome it, and you will live your best life without dealing with these two things, ever. And also, they have triggers that get you to that situation. Get away from that trigger, go to a new environment, breathe new air, because if you're in the same place and those stuff are continuing, it's because whatever you are, something's triggering. I used to deal with anxiety a lot at schools, in public. It was horrible. I didn't know how to talk to people. I would freeze. I would, if I'm in public and I have to get up and walk in front of people to go to the restroom, to go to the other side, to say, I would just sit there and just imagine myself sinking. That's it. Sinking down, oh my God, I'm gonna sink, my head blowing, and all these other stuff. Whew, it was horrible. But I find a way to get through it. Hallelujah. I'm so glad. I also got through it by talking, by having a time to just breathe. So I got this. And also by talking to my counselor about it, and do the stuff that I'm scared to do, like walk in front of people. I started doing that. Now I can do that without being scared. Or sometimes my anxiety kicks in and I'm just I could have the thoughts in my head of what I'm gonna say or what I'm gonna do, but I just see myself sinking. That's all. That is all. It's horrible. It's so freaking horrible. And I don't know, am I ever now gonna have this? It's just not bad. It's not bad. And hopefully, I know there's other anxieties that people deal with. I just hope that we find a way to deal with this. And there's so many ways to deal with it. But there's certain things that work and certain things that don't work. But I feel that if you talk about it, you could get through it. Really, talk about it with someone and it calms you down and your mind is somewhere and you're just like, that's the good part. That's the anxiety part. Ooh, Lord. There's some people that deal with more like a different anxiety. Let me just tell you a secret. Secret is breathe, calm down, trying to get your mind somewhere that's not it right there. Just breathe. Don't drink, don't do other stuff that won't help it. Just have a time to yourself. Go outside, go breathe air. Go sit and watch the sun. Like, I don't know, like do something outside that it actually helps you. Just like go breathe the air outside. Like, don't be in your room all the time. That does not help. Trust me, that doesn't help at all. That makes it worse. Like, cause when I used to just be in my room, that didn't work. That made it worse. And then also let's get to depression. Depression is the devil. Why I say it's the devil? Because you end up hurting yourself in a place that it's not good. Being depressed is horrible. You deal with your deepest, darkest thing that you never thought you would deal with. You in your, like, it's like if you really in a dark place, I suggest you to please find a way to get out of that place, because the only place that's gonna end you in is you harming yourself or harming someone else, but mostly yourself. I know that they don't really talk about depression in the South Sudanese community because I think it doesn't exist. Well, it exists, I'm sorry. It exists. A lot of people deal with it. A lot of people don't know how to get through it. It's just horrible. A lot of people die from it. So mental illness should be discussed. Big time should be discussed, because we're in a Western world. This is not back home. Back home, yes, they deal with it too. But we're in a Western world that people get bullied, people get talked about. Some of us don't have a tough skin to not let the words sink in, because words hurt. They really hurt. But some people don't understand that if you're saying something bad about somebody and that person thinks about that word, like that word just gets stuck in the head right here, like, oh, this the whole time, and that is just horrible. Or if you grew up here, some of us dealt with being bullied for our skin tone, being bullied for not speaking English, being bullied for not having hair, not having eyebrows, all these stuff, big lips, all these other stuff, dressing different, and it's just horrible. Like, I don't understand why there's such thing as bullying in the first place. I don't understand, because being bullied is horrible. Dealing with bullies is horrible, because by the way that you end up dealing with them is fighting them. And then at school you get suspended or you get locked up and all that. It's just horrible. Some people get to depression because they were bullied, and it's just bad. Like, for example, I knew someone that was bullied for a while. That person ended up harming themselves as a young kid because they couldn't deal with it. They couldn't fight. They talked to people, it didn't work out. They talked to their parents. Their parents was like just a Western world thing. And that person ended up ending their life because they just couldn't deal with it. And I totally understand that, because if you're bullied, it's so hard to deal with it. It's so hard. But in a way, you just try to find a way to deal with it, because nobody wants to be bullied, nobody wants to be talked about and all these other stuff. But there's some kids that just don't care about how other people feel. You should be worried about how somebody feels if it was to you. Try to get in their situation and feel that. And also, like, a lot of the youth in the South Sudanese community deal with bullying because of the South Sudanese community, how they talk about somebody. Like, if something happened to someone, it's like a breaking BBC news for some reason. It's just horrible of how everything, like, somebody can leave their life, and then the whole community, everybody from Africa, the whole continent hears about it, and you hear about it back, and you just get in a deep situation that you just can't get in, and then you end up harming yourself. Some people don't know that you've been dealing with that because you didn't know how to speak up, and it's just horrible. Like, if you talk bad about somebody, apologize to them, say I'm sorry, because you shouldn't, in the first place, you shouldn't be talking bad about anybody at all, period. Don't talk bad about anybody. You don't know what they're going through with their life. You don't know what they deal with every day on their daily basis. You don't know. And then for you to put your 2 cents in it, just makes it worse. Makes somebody just get in that deep part of depression that nobody should be in at all. At all. It would be better if you help them, be there for them, talk to them like, yes, this is gonna be okay, you'll get through this, we're gonna find a way. That's it. Because when I was younger, I dealt with bullying, and that really got me in a bad place because I would fight every day and all that. And then also, after my father died, I felt like everything ended. I was hurt, and that really got me to a place I didn't want to be in. And I got through it, thank God. But the process of it, it was horrible. I would fight everybody. I would do things that I never thought I would do. I never knew that I was depressed because I don't know. I just thought I was acting like a teen, but no, I was just, my head mindset was, I lost my father, I am alone, I don't have a father. If I ever have kids or get married and walking down the aisle, my father will not be there, and all these other stuff, Really, I start thinking about them every day. I start dealing with things personally that I can't even speak of because I just can't. And then I made it worse, dealt with stuff at school. Oh my God, it was just horrible. Everything come for a 15-year-old come at once. See how horrible that was? I felt like I should have ended my life, but I did it, thank God. Because I wouldn't be here today if I did. It was just that horrible. I was like, I need to be where my father is. But I ended up understanding that as he died, he's always gonna watch over me, gonna always be there spiritually, and all that. I'm gonna make sure people know who my father is and all that, because I really love my father, and it really hurt me after he was like God. I was like, I know I have a mother, but everybody needs a mother and a father. And then I had like younger siblings. It was just hurtful. It was a lot. It was a lot to deal with, and that really got me to depression. That I started raging out of like fighting. That was my rage, fighting. I had so much anger in me that I never let out. I hold stuff in. I never let anything out. My communication was horrible. But I ended up finding a way to get through it with talking with my counselor, talking with my teachers that I really connected with, got comfortable with, talking with some of my friends that really understood what I was going through because they were going through the same thing. So it's just that, like, if you're going through any of these stuff that I just mentioned, talk to someone that you feel comfortable with. If you can't talk on the phone, go out to eat with them, talk to them, or text them how you feel, because if you keep holding it in, it's not good. Holding stuff in really messes you up. Really, really messes you up. And I don't think you want to go through that. It's just, I don't want to see no more youth dying because of anxiety or depression. I also don't want to see adults criticizing them by what they're going through. Please, if you're an adult and you're watching this video, if you see somebody looking sad, they just had a bad day, or they're going through depression and they don't know how to talk about it, just go there and lean a hand, help them out, please, because we don't want to see nobody else buried. It's just bad. Some people, by the way that they deal with the depression, is anger, or they will act like in public everything is fine when knowing that they are dealing with this inside, and it hurts them every day. Either they will sleep and cry at night, they will cry when nobody's watching, they just emotional, they just act tough so nobody asks them what's going on. But please ask for help. Just ask for help. And if you a mother or father and your child is going through something and they try to talk to you, have an open ear or open heart. Listen to them. Listen to what they gotta say. Listen. They just need someone to listen, to help them. We don't have to go to counseling and everything to do that. It could start from your own home. Listen to your kids, because they are dealing with something that is not good. Something that will really get them in the darkest place, that you don't want to lose your child. Talk to your child. Make sure that your child know that you love them and here for them no matter what they're going through. They just want to feel love. They just want somebody to care. Exactly. So I felt like this topic was just really, really important to me to talk about. Just mental health. Mental health is something serious, and in the South Sudanese community, we really need to take this serious. We really, really need to take this serious and help those who's going through it. Okay? Because if you don't help them, we're going to lose a lot of people, a young generation, upcoming people, upcoming doctors, engineers, musicians, singers, somebody that will do better for us, that will do something for our country so we know. NBA players, models, all this, just because people deal with depression. And I'm really not going to get deep in depression on my side, because there's certain things that I don't think I should talk about in here yet until I feel very comfortable to say it out. And that's pretty much it for my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and like, comment, subscribe, share also. And I hope this video helped somebody. Hope it did. Know that you are beautiful, you are handsome, you will get through this, you got this. Feel free to talk to me. If you know any of my social medias, feel free to message me if you're going through any of these stuff, because I really know what you guys dealing with. I understand. I am here. There's some of us that have been in that stage that understand and here to help and to listen. So that's pretty much it for my video. Until next time.